Every time someone new to options asks what they need to learn, they get the same answer. Delta, Gamma, Theta, Vega, Rho. 5 Greek letters, each representing a different way your option can move, each with its own formula. The implication is that you need to understand all of them before you're ready to trade options. That's not true, and I think it exists partly because complexity keeps people dependent on people who charge to manage it for them. If your goal is conservative income, selling puts and covered calls on good quality dividend paying stocks, you need 2 Greeks. Just 2, and I'm going to show you exactly what they do and how to use them in plain English. Here's why the Greeks exist in the first place, okay? An options price changes as the market moves, okay? The stock goes up, the options price changes, time passes, the options price changes, the market gets more volatile, the options price changes, right? The Greeks are just labels for each of those forces, okay? They're mathematical measures that tell you how sensitive your option is to each one of them, okay? Professional traders who run really complex positions across hundreds of contracts, they do need to track all of them. If you're running a multi-leg spread book or a delta neutral portfolio, Gamma and Vega, sure, they matter a lot. You need to know how each Greek exposure nets out across your entire position. But that's not what we're doing here, okay? We're selling a few puts at a time on a stock we want to own. We're selling 1 covered call at a time on shares we're already holding, right? That simple, one-directional, income-focused approach. And for that approach, the complexity of a 5 Greek framework is not just unnecessary, it's a distraction that makes people overthink their decisions that should be a really much more straightforward. Here's the framework that I use to cut through all this noise. For every options position I consider, I only need to answer 2 questions. First, what is the probability that this option ends up in the money and causes me to take the action I didn't want? Number 2, how much am I being paid per day to hold this position until expiration? The first question is answered by Delta, the second is answered by Theta, and that's it. Every other Greek, Gamma, Vega, Rho, measures, sure, it's something real, but for a conservative option seller like me running a few positions per month, those forces are not the ones driving my decisions or my outcomes. Look, Delta tells you how safe your strike is. Theta tells you how much you earn as time passes. Everything else is noise for this specific use case. Let's talk about Delta. This is the safety gauge. Delta measures how much an options price moves for every $1 change in the stock price. A put option with a delta of 0.30 moves 30 cents for every dollar the stock drops. A put with a delta of 0.15 moves 15 cents. But here's the part that matters for us put sellers. Delta tells you roughly a percentage of the time that the option will expire in the money. But here's the part that really matters for us put sellers. Delta also tells you roughly what percentage of the time the option will expire in the money, meaning that the stock will fall to your strike or below it. A 30 delta put has approximately a 30% chance of expiring in the money. 15 delta put has approximately a 15% chance. When you're choosing where to place your strike, you're essentially choosing your assignment probability. And Delta kind of makes that visible. For us kind of conservative income investors, strikes in the 20 to 35 delta range are a common starting point. You're accepting a 20 to 35% assignment probability in exchange for a meaningful premium. Go below 15 and the premium shrinks faster than the risk reduction justifies, in my opinion. Go above 40 and you're closer to the current stock price with a higher chance of being assigned. Delta lets you make that trade-off consciously. You're not guessing whether your strike is safe. You're literally reading a number that tells you directly how safe it is. Theta is your daily paycheck. Theta measures how much an options price decreases each day that passes, assuming everything else stays the same. When you sell an option, you collect the premium up front. Awesome. But that premium doesn't stay fixed. Every day that passes, the option loses a little value just because time has gone by. That time decay is theta, and when you're the seller, theta works in your favor. If you sell a put for $1.50 and that put has a theta of 5 cents, you're earning approximately 5 cents per day as the option decays towards expiration. 30 days out, that 5 cents per day adds up. The closer you get to expiration, the faster theta works in your favor. Time decay accelerates in the final weeks of an options contract's life. This is why the 30 to 45 day expiration window is so commonly used for us option sellers. You're in the zone where theta is meaningful, but you still have enough time value in the option to justify some really good premium. Too far out and the theta is really sluggish. Too close to expiration and you're in the zone where small stock moves create large options price swings, which introduces a completely different kind of risk entirely. But let's talk about the two together in a real decision-making process. So here's how I use delta and theta together in a very simple cash-secured put decision. You're looking at a stock, let's say you're looking at a stock trading at 50. You're considering two put strikes, the 45 strike and the 43 strike. The 45 has a delta of 28 and the theta of 6 cents per day, priced at $95. The $45 put has a delta of 28 and a theta of 6 cents per day, priced at 95 cents. The 43 put has a delta of 18 and a theta of 4 cents per day, priced at 55 cents. You're comparing a 28% assignment probability, paying $95 per contract, against an 18% probability, paying $55 per contract. The $45 strike gives you 10 points more risk in exchange for $40 more premium and 2 cents more daily time decay. That's the decision framework. No volatility surface modeling, just how safe is this strike and how much am I earning per day to actually hold it. The Greeks are tools, not obstacles. The ones the financial industry leads with, Gamma, Vega, Rho, are genuinely important for complex, actively managed, leveraged positions. But for us retail investors and option sellers running literally the wheel strategy on a handful of quality stocks, in my opinion, they're background noise. Delta and theta answer literally the two questions that matter most. Am I in the safe enough spot on the strike? And am I being paid enough per day for the risk I'm taking on? Every meaningful put selling or covered call decision can be made with those two numbers in mind. The complexity of the full Greek framework, it's not wrong. I'm not trying to say that. It's just not matched to what most people are actually even doing. Leading with all 5 Greeks when literally someone asks how to get started is literally like explaining aircraft mechanics when someone asks how to drive a car. Sure, it's technically accurate, practically overwhelming though, okay? Simplify to what the strategy actually requires. That's how you build the habit of using the framework rather than avoiding it because it feels way too complicated. Simple scales. Here's how I personally use delta and theta every time I look at potentially selling a new put. I start with the delta. I want to be in that 20 to 35 range on most of my positions. If the delta is below 15, I ask whether the premium is worth the collateral. Usually it isn't. If it's above 40 delta, I ask whether I'm comfortable with that assignment probability given the stock. Often I'm not unless there's a very specific reason to be more aggressive. Then I check theta. I want to see some meaningful daily decay relative to the premium I'm collecting. If theta is so small that I'm barely earning anything per day, extending the expiration usually solves it, right? More time means more theta. That's the whole framework. 2 numbers, 1 simple decision, and repeated, okay? I got some questions for you guys, as always, for the comments. When you first started learning about, selling options, did the Greeks feel overwhelming to you? I know it did for me. Or did you find a way to simplify them early? Share it in the comments, you'll help somebody out. Number 2, are you currently using delta to pick your strikes, or are you mostly going by dollar amount and just picking a number that feels safe for you? Drop them down below. And if you're interested to take your education this step further and want to get some completely free, incredible bonuses like my income calculators, my 10 favorite stocks under $30 to run this strategy on, and my trade log template, you're going to want to attend the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. You'll find it as the first link in the description of today's video. So make sure you register for that, especially if you're a beginner wanting to learn how to start selling options and running the full Ark Options strategy, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.